Tech Table. Tech Table. Tech Table.
Hello and welcome to the Tech Table, the Technical Staff and Theatre Workers podcast. It's the podcast in which I talk to people who work in the technical side of the entertainment industry about how they got in, their experiences and any advice they can give to anyone getting in. This is episode 6 of season 6 and released a couple of days late, as I'm sure you've noticed. The 20th of October, which is the day of this release, is the second year anniversary of the first episode of the Tech Table under its previous guise. So it's happy birthday to the Tech Table, which is why it's being released today. If you want to get in touch with us, we are techtablepod@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on the socials or send us a message on the socials, it's techtablepod on Instagram, YouTube, X, Facebook, Threads and TikTok. Yes, so I hope you enjoy this special episode we've got. It's a bit of a Q&A session with the Tech Table team. And so without further ado, let's get on to my next guests. I'm here with my guests at this time. If you'd like to introduce yourselves and tell me what your current job titles are. That's a good start.
Who goes first?
Who's going first?
Well, let's start with Mig.
Okay, hi, I'm Mig. I am a senior lecturer at the Guildford School of Acting.
And Jade.
I teach.
Hi. Hi, I'm Jade. I am a theatre technician at Sadler's Wells East.
And Flynn.
I'm Flynn. I'm currently working on Come Alive as an assistant stage manager.
Excellent.
And running whatever this is.
Excellent. Yeah. And this is the first time we've ever done like a Q&A. It's not the first time that I've ever done a Q&A with this podcast, but it's the first time we've done it as a team. So let's see how this works. So, we posted a thing on social media saying, send us some questions, and some people have sent us some questions. So, let's get the first question.
There you go. Try that one.
Have you ever caused a show stop? Anyone want to take this? I have, like several.
Have you? Go on then.
I've messed up real bad, but not to stop.
I was working on Hairspray. And we had a big sound desk on Hairspray. It's not one of these digital ones. It was a sort of an analogue sound desk. And I managed to hard mute, or during rig check, hard mute the entire cast, not knowing that I'd hard muted them, because there was a hard mute and soft mute. So when we started the show, none of the cast were live. And it was the first time Hairspray had ever stopped. So,
well
yeah.
done, Bram.
That's impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
Appreciate it.
Your show stop.
Oh,
Anyone else cause a show stop?
not a show stop, but during Back to the Future, I was on flies, and there's a star cloth slash blinder and one of the special effects right next to each other. And during this point, it's really, really dark. And I, instead of bringing in the special effects, started bringing in the star cloth. And the DSM was just like, Jade, stop! And I had to take it out really quickly. And I came downstairs and I was like, I'm really sorry. Never happened again, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. They only have happened once.
That's good. Yeah, they only happen once. That's what makes them fun.
Mig?
I don't think I've ever caused one, eh? I've just been around them happening. Maybe it is me, you know.
So I had to cancel a show once because they were digging power outside, and the roof in a theatre, there's like a roof void that opens in the event of a fire, and so the power went, and they said it looked like it was a fire, and so the roof opened, and it was raining, and it rained on stage for about 20 minutes because I didn't know how to shut it. And then so rain through a rig is not a look, so I had to cancel the matinee. And then I have turned off I have turned the glycol, so there's glycol pipes that cool down the ice on an ice show, and somebody plugged the power for that into my power room, but didn't label it. And so at the end of the night, I turned it off. Not being funny, you should have labelled it. And I got a phone call from my technical manager the next day going, the ice is melted. I don't know, I think they managed to save that one, but that would have directly been me.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I know some people on a
Don't turn the ice
panto.
off for an ice show.
I know some people on a panto who went to open an ice rink one Christmas and the ice had melted. Just saying.
Mine's not
It's
looking
probably
so
the
bad
it's
now.
You're too young. You'll have more.
Yeah. I'd
You'll
never really
collect
had a
more.
concept of a show stop before I came here. I hadn't really heard of it before I moved to the UK. I don't think
Just
we
don't
were working at.
What, did you just carry on
No,
regardless?
Well, yeah, I don't know. We just kind of keep working through it. Maybe nothing just went wrong. Maybe all of our shows were perfect. I highly doubt it.
The
but,
set's fallen over. I'll just keep going. If you just,
we're working it.
yeah, if you style it out,
the
no
life.
one knows it's not supposed to happen.
Improv.
It's in the live. No, it never happened. No, never seen it. Never seen it. I do like a good show stop, though. I like the sort of 5 minutes of, terror when you're trying to figure out what's wrong. Everyone's kind of milling about, and there's some people that really want to.
What's the
They just
longest
kinda sit
show
back
stop
and-
you've been involved in? We did one. We had one for 47 minutes.
I've got. Before
Yeah,
we had
I
ETC
Cancel.
47 minutes.
47.
Yeah, I had
Wow.
42 actually. Yeah, we didn't cancel.
I did
Yeah.
a whole
Isn't it
scene.
45?
I don't know.
So I did
Sorry.
a whole scene of a show where before we had ETC consoles, we had another brand of desk, and that used to freeze quite often. And we got captured in the Tiger Lily dance sequence in Peter Pan. And what happened is it stayed in that chase sequence, and I couldn't get out of it. I had to like turn the console, turn it off and on again, but it stayed in that scene. But interestingly, they didn't show stop. They chose to go on, so they played all the way through 2 other scenes in a dance chase sequence. It was so funny.
Okay, I've
And
got a
then
good
the desk
story.
caught up. Go on then.
I was doing a tour once in a provincial theatre, which I won't name, and I won't name the show, so it doesn't date it. And we came out after the interval, and somebody had stolen the lighting desk. There were just tails going to the desk, and we looked on the CCTV, and 2 guys walked in with Motorola's, and the front of house staff had opened the doors and let them go through with the lighting desk.
Wow. I've never locked my control room door. I might have to think about that now.
So yeah, there's your. I mean, this was the lighting desk was on a table next to the sound desk, so they weren't in a control room.
Oh, it wasn't in a room.
No,
Yeah.
no. So yeah, there you go. So let's have the next question before we go too deep in the weeds on these.
Yeah, funnily enough, I'm assuming you can still hear me, but I've been kicked out of my own meeting. I don't know how this has happened, but this is all you see of me now. But somehow I can still control what's happening. You just can't see me.
All right, that's good. Right, what is the hardest show you've ever had to work on? I assume that's technical wise.
Yeah, when we read this on Instagram, it did say technically wise, from a technical perspective, which
Okay.
changed my answer.
Ah.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
So, without a shadow of the doubt, I did the Olympic opening ceremony, and
Whoa.
I had to do the lighting for the torch boat. So, David Beckham carried the torch on a section of the Thames from Tower Bridge all the way through to the stadium, and the boat lit up like a Christmas tree, of course. And it was just one of the hardest gigs I've ever had to do, because of course it was I got seasick from adjusting all the lights on the Thames where I was going like this the whole time. And yeah, obviously we didn't have that many IP rated fixtures back then, so we had to source waterproof fixtures to go into the boat. The hardest, but also obviously the most rewarding and probably one of the biggest gigs I've ever done. So, but I did want to throw myself into the Thames at least 2 or 3 times during that gig.
I'd love to do an Olympics. That's definitely a bucket list job for me, to try one of those. That would be so cool.
I really want Eurovision. I don't know how or like when, but I really want Eurovision.
I was lucky enough to go and do a tour of that when it was in Liverpool, but yeah, it was a good gig. I didn't work on it, I just was lucky enough to get a backstage tour.
Nice.
But yeah, I'd sweep the stage on that gig, if anyone wants me.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
I'm sure everyone from the production side of Eurovision is watching.
Yeah. Hello.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'll
be the tea runner.
Yeah, I'll get tea, I'll babysit artists, like it's all good.
Yeah. Bram, what's yours?
Technically, Zorro, probably, the tour of Zorro. But purely and simply because it was such a huge show and we were doing weekly moves. So we were actually moving it more. We were moving it longer than we were actually doing the shows. We did 3 shows a week. It was insane.
I remember that. You
Yeah.
came through Wimbledon with it. I remember it. It was massive.
It was utterly huge, and so
really long get out, wasn't it?
yeah. The first loadout, sound wise, we finished at 22:11 in the morning, and then we drove from Eastbourne to Woking, and then did the fit up that afternoon.
Not allowed to do that anymore.
No,
you're not. Which is a good thing. I mean, it really is.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Jade, what's yours?
I'm not sure. Like some of the shows I've done recently, sad this will be quite challenging, just like time wise. But I think Back to the Future, everyone who's worked on the crew will agree, it is the hardest, like most physical job they've ever had. It is crazy. The plots are crazy busy. Everything's really heavy. Everyone's injured. It is a time, and the amount of stuff in the show for that theatre is crazy. Like there are cages on cages, like up in the grid, that we just have to keep swapping and keep swapping. So like physically demanding. It's a crazy show. It's great. It's just it's hard.
Flynn?
I'm going to see if I can... Oh, bring me back. I tried to replace myself with a Facebook PNG, but I can't do that. It's probably the picture of Dorian Gray. That was the hardest show that I've ever seen worked on. That was massive. There are so many challenges with putting live video mixed with pre-recorded video, as we're seeing here today. But one of the I thought was really incredible was Sarah at one point has to go stairs of the Haymarket and underneath their little rep run, and then she pops back up in the side, and they had to audio sync it so that the cameras that they were using were just on the iPhone, and if they didn't sync it properly, she could hear herself twice coming back through the building, because it had to be sort of loud enough that everyone else could hear it, loud enough so that she could hear what point of the music that she was in, but not so loud that obviously it took her out of her character. And I remember we spent probably a day or two just figuring out how to mix wireless camera with pre-recorded video with wireless microphones with different speakers that were being placed around the venue so that everyone could hear exactly what they needed to at the same time. That was a pretty cool challenge. I liked that one. Yeah.
Excellent.
Flynn, did that tour?
No, but it did go to Broadway, and I was fortunate
gonna
enough
say
to go
that's
over there and see that happen, which was cool.
I was just thinking of all that you just said on a weekly move. That would be.
That'd be horrific.
Oh, you know.
Can you imagine that on a weekly move?
God, there's no way. I mean, the amount of fine-tuning in the building that we had to do with Wi-Fi networks and... Yeah, and then actually when they went to Broadway, I thought it would be easier, but no, everyone's Wi-Fi was just interfering. Older brick buildings were just horrible for it. Yeah, don't do a show relying on Wi-Fi. It's really the really the crux of that story. Mm.
Oh, there's some good answers there. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
What's the next question?
What's this other one?
If you could change something tomorrow, what would it be? I'm assuming that's in the industry, not just something. Like, not...
It'd be cool if it was something.
Just something. Anything.
Change something, yeah.
What do you want to change, Bram?
What do I want to change in this industry? Well, I mean, the political answer that I said earlier was get rid of all the cast members. But I don't think that probably wasn't political, to be fair. I would...
Also, I said you probably wouldn't have a gig without them.
Yeah, you would.
But anyway.
You could figure it out. Do you know what I would change? I would change the lack of recognition that backstage workers get from production companies. That's what I would change.
Snaps.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah, that's a good one. I think, it comes up often. It's just, women and childcare and stuff. Like, it's really hard to start and have families in this industry, especially backstage work, but also especially as a woman, because you're kind of expected to stay home, and paternity leave isn't long enough. It's only maternity leave. You're expected to be at home.
I agree with that. Paternity
maybe when
leave
you
isn't
kind
long
of want to have the kid and then go back to work, why is that not a thing? So I think trying and doing more for parents and families in the industry, because I know it's different with like children, but there's like West End tales and stuff where like you can bring your puppy in and they'll look after them during show times, and you go and I'm like, where's the creches for
That's
baby
awesome.
children? It's really cool. It's a really cool thing if you've got doggos, but we need a little more for families, I think.
I agree. I have another one.
Go then.
So I won't go into details, but recently it's been made. I've been made more aware of this. Is that we, as an industry now, get sent on a lot of courses to make you more aware of mental health problems. Yet it seems to not be being. A lot of production companies aren't adhering to their own courses that they're sending you on, with as far as mental health is concerned. Just throwing that one out there, of which I've had experience of
Flynn,
recently.
have you got an answer? Oh, have you?
Yes, but I'm not going to go into
Flynn,
it.
have you got one?
No juicy details.
I don't really know. I mean, obviously, there's like so many things, but I think Bram's first one was probably, the closest one to put, where I'd feel like I could actually change something. That would be where I'm at. I don't know.
I've deliberately. Yeah, that's what I was wondering actually.
Yeah.
No, last one. I think he meant the other one.
Oh, with the cast? No, sorry. Yeah, what the second one then? Yeah. No, get rid of the cast, mate. Don't need them.
I've deliberately held back and heard what yours are, because I think everybody who knows me in industry knows what mine is, because I eat, breathe and sleep this dynamic, and that's I would like to see, and it answers actually probably both of your questions, Bram and Jade, in the sense that I want us to look strategically at health and well-being on a par with safety. So Bram's definitely my age and will remember a time when we didn't wear hard hats or anything like that, and safety has evolved hugely, or anything, and we slept in dressing rooms in between shows because we didn't have this regulation in place, and safety has improved immensely in that time. But I really want backstage to start, if I got a quid for every risk assessment I had to read and sign and method statement linked to safety, I'd like to see us start looking at strategic health and welfare policies and procedures, which is linked to you, Bram, and what you said about training and stuff. I want the two to be on a par, because I'm fairly certain that nothing's going to happen to me from a safety point of view, because we've got so many things in place. But I don't think people consider psychological safety or just morale.
Well, a lot of people also,
you know what I mean.
a lot of people also will circumnavigate the safety aspect of things, like bunny hopping on a ladder.
Oh. Yeah. Yes.
Because if nobody's there to witness it, nobody's there to see it and to pull you up on it, then it can't be wrong or bad, right? And that's not how it should be.
I feel there's a whole generation, Bram, that we're going to have to explain what bunny hopping on a ladder is.
Maybe we'll save that one for the next one as well.
We'll save that. Send us a message on TikTok and I'll explain that one a little bit to you.
Yeah. What's next? We'll do a couple more.
Oh well, yeah. It was the slightly controversial, you know.
Is it worth going to drama school?
Do we want to go there?
Is it worth going to drama school for
Yeah,
tech?
we can go.
Well, I'll field this one.
That's interesting because it says, "Is it worth?" Is it worth is very different to. Go on, Bram. You go.
I would say, well, obviously it depends on who you are and what you're wanting to learn. I think that you can't. Experience is the most important thing. You're going to learn more on the job than you are in any lecture theatre. However, there are very good tutors out there who have worked in the industry and still work in the industry. You just need to find a reputable one rather than one that has a tutor that's not worked in the industry for 20 years. As far as is it worth going to drama school for tech, I'm going to say no, but only because I don't think it's worth going to any school because they charge so much money. So,
Jade, I'm interested in your opinion on this one.
Yeah, my time at drama school was odd, and I wouldn't say it was completely useless. Like, it wasn't completely useless. It was, you know, I did learn a lot, like in my first year and stuff. But my opinion kind of slightly differs because I don't believe anybody should go to university at 18. So trying to choose something that you want to do for the rest of your life so young is quite difficult. And also the course that I did, it's tough because the course I did doesn't exist anymore and it's something you can't really teach. So I left uni believing I was going to be one thing and I've become completely another thing, and I probably won't become that thing for 20 more years. Some people have done it, but not on the scale that I want to be at. So it's really hard to say whether it's worth it or not, because you do learn lots about your craft. and then you can go into jobs being like, oh yeah, I know what this is. Like I got my first job because I knew how to fly, and that came from drama school.
What are you, like Superman or
But
something?
equally, if you
Yeah, that's crazy. You just like get out and fly, like.
Or did you
hey.
take
Yeah,
flying?
man,
Did you take
you know.
flying lessons when you were a kid?
Yeah, that's cool.
TFL,
Flynn, what's your
I can
opinion on
just-
this?
Look, I mean, I didn't go to drama school for tech. I went as an actor. So I do agree with Jade's point, though, that I just don't think you should go so young. Like, yeah, give it a little bit of time, especially if you want to be an actor. But for tech, I don't know. I mean, on the job training is what got me to where I am currently. I feel like if you're looking for a start and if you don't have a good network of people, it's a nice place to be. I don't know what drama schools here are like. I didn't go to one here. Obviously, I went to my one in New Zealand, but my drama school was quite holistic and very inclusive, and it was about learning about all departments and everything that they do. So if you're able to go to a drama school and look at it like that, I would encourage it.
I
Keep your options open.
I really think that certainly people of my generation only really went to university because it got them out of the small town that they grew up in, and they didn't want to live there anymore.
Bram, did you go uni? Did you go to uni?
I did go to uni, yes.
Okay.
Waste of money.
Did
that
you
was.
study sound?
I did music technology. I was one of the first years in the country to do music technology as a degree course, and it was not the best. But it sort of, in an outside way, got me to where I was. So I suppose it was worth going.
So Flynn went to uni. Bram, you went to uni.
Yeah.
Jade, you went to uni.
Yeah.
I got a degree. I've waited till the end because, of course, I'm fundamentally a university teacher. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna say, yes, it is worth it. No, I think it only if it suits you. I don't believe that every human will get on with the university model. And also, it's really important to note, they've written drama school there. There's a big difference between a drama school and a university that I could probably do a whole speech on. But a conservatoire model is very, very different to a university model. And drama schools really pride themselves on vocational teaching, which is, Jade, why you learned and had that skill set of flying when you graduated, because the conservatoire model doesn't put you in a lecture theatre. So it's quite funny that I say I'm Mig, I'm a senior lecturer, which makes me sound proper geeky. But my natural habitat is not in a classroom with a PowerPoint presentation. It's in a studio with rope, a telescope, and a bunch of lamps. So I studied and I went to university, and I went to a drama school. And I wouldn't be where I am today without it. I needed that conduit to get me in. I did study when it was a lot cheaper, not going to lie to you. And I'm with Bram because it is super duper expensive. So you do need to weigh that up because the tuition fees are quite incredible. My advice is it's a buyer's market. Does that make sense? In the sense that you should absolutely shop around, and a bit like what Bram said, go and meet the people that are going to teach you. Because my answer to that question is, if you come to my drama school, I take it really seriously, the job of teaching you and training you. And it is absolutely my job to make you industry ready. And I take that really seriously.
What I would also say...
But...
What I would also say is, whether you're wanting to go to drama school or not, or whether you're thinking about it or not, go and find a local theatre and offer to do some casual work.
which is what we advocate a lot. It's really important to get out into the sector, but really important in this section to highlight the good apprenticeships that we have in our sector at the moment. So there's lots and lots of apprenticeships. So if the university or the drama school model doesn't work for you, or it's not financially viable, there's some great apprenticeship models, and there's also some fantastic boot camp tech courses. The South Bank Centre do a really good boot camp 3-week technical training course, which will help you get into backstage theatre. And the last thing I'll say on it is, that how you got into it?
I did the National Theatre ones, not in National Youth Theatre, but the ones at the National when I was like 16. So that's how I found out about stage management and stuff. So then I could go, I kind of want to do this at uni. But without that, I wouldn't have had a clue. There was no podcast, there was no TikTok series, there was nothing. I had no idea. I just did drama at school.
The last thing I think I'll say on this is that having a degree is essential if you want to go into certain areas. So I'm a teacher now, and I teach at a university, and it's really useful that I had a degree in order to be able to become a lecturer or a teacher at university. And also having a degree means that you can cross over career paths as well. So you can go into other graduate jobs. So there's lots of stage managers that have moved in, interestingly, Jade, for work-life balance, so they can have families because they can't stay in our sector. They want to move into teaching. And having the degree meant that they could then just go into a graduate teacher training programme and just divert from stage management and go into primary school teaching or secondary school teaching. And they needed the degree to do that.
Excellent. Shall we have one more?
I don't know if we have one more.
Oh, right. Well, that was great then.
Put me on the spot. No, I don't think we have another one, unfortunately.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you, everybody, for all the questions. And I'll say this now then. So thank you all for joining me for this special episode. Happy birthday to the Tech Table, and long may it continue.
Happy birthday.
Happy
we
birthday.
Should put like a song or something. I feel like we should sing.
Happy birthday.
We should have brought cake. I got biscuits. With a candle.
Oh, that'd be really sad though if it was just me with a cake and one candle in it. That'd look really sad. Anyway, thank